We're going to talk about what the composition is supposed to be doing, what his role in the composition is, what mistakes that he makes. We're going to be pretty in depth here. So obviously, I criticize the greatest players in Overwatch League history. So just because I'm criticizing Shy's position doesn't mean that the Shy's not absolutely cracked. That's just how we approach things. You guys have seen my scouting reports. I was tough on Dallas Fuel. Dallas Fuel won May, you know. So that's just how it is. Yeah, we're getting the Shy cam. Let's roll. So I assume Architect's not going to stay. Maybe I'm wrong. Weird comp though. All right, so basically Shy's role in this composition, if we stay, do we stay McCree? Righto, full McCree. All right, so Shy's role in this composition is pretty simple. His job is to take, like we just went over Hangzhou and how the angle that you take depends on the hero that you're playing. So the things, oh, Architect does swap. Right. Does Architect stay? I'm so confused. Okay, so the role is that when his Monkey D.Va look to be like diving and pressuring rotates, Shy is going to take short angles and increase his pressure while he's doing so. He always needs to be playing cover. As quickly as he can, we're probably going to try and see Shy take high ground here so that he has better sightlines and can clear, as well as actually pushing through this choke requires high ground. Otherwise, you get stuck in here. You do not want to be stuck here. You want as few people in this area as possible. This is like the toilet bowl. This stinks. You don't want to be here. You want to be up here or here or here, things like that. Now, getting there is tricky because if you just insta-rotate this way, they can stuff you in this location here. So you kind of have to push cart a little bit, leverage cart, while you rotate some of your squishies this way. Or you can also rotate your squishies and spam, and just rotate them directly this way. But again, the same problem. You need to be able to leverage cart. So that's all I'm going to say. Medium to short range sightlines. Into their comp, he needs to be kind of watching ball and echo at the same time. Those are priorities of him, as well as just shooting what he can shoot. So there's not anything crazy he has to counter. Like Spark isn't particularly weak to anything of charge. But yeah, just things he can kind of keep an eye out for. Again, you see, like, dude, look at the cover usage, right? Look at the cover usage. So this is something that we all need to understand. Like, even pros with cracked aim, I mean, because of the cracked aim, they need this. Because if Kaylee hits one headshot here, or like just a couple of Orisa body shots, now Shy, even with fall off, is one headshot away from dying. So Shy knows if I get a headshot here, I can instantly duck behind cover. You see the cover usage? Very important. Spamming high ground. And you notice that he's also tracking ball positioning as well. So you see this, Jerry also did a pretty good job against this, with this on Ashe, is anticipating engages. A lot of players that are like playing like Zenyatta always ask me, like, how do I duel tracers? How do I beat tracers? Well, a lot of it's mechanics and positioning, but a lot of it's anticipation. He anticipates that, like, okay, right about this time, like maybe as we clear, the ball might kind of, probably in the next 10, 15 seconds, like as we push to this choke, this ball might look for a trade and backline. I want to know where that ball is. I want to deal with that flank because right now there's nothing else for me to be putting my attention to, so I'm going to look at that ball. Just a couple shots, right? Just get rid of him. Now, I assume he's going to go top left. Yeah. And Bernard is probably going to prioritize cart because Bernard is very mobile. Ooh. Oh, he's not going to be able to get there in time. They're calling sleep dart, but they don't know where he is, so it's kind of tricky. Now, this is where I'm not so happy about what Shy is doing. So this is where Shy needs to play very careful. So he can put pressure here, but this Echo is going to be able to clear him out relatively easily. Because right now, there's no pressure from his team right now. There's no cart pressure. There's no pocket. Like you see the Ana Brig position. There's no D.Va pressure. The Reaper's not quite there yet. The Monkey is in a position. So he could spam a little here, but he has to be very careful not to get his cooldowns forced, right? They know he's here. That's not the problem. The problem is that he's swinging so far wide that they might be able to halt him here. This McCree hits a headshot. He could hit another headshot and he could die. They could force his roll, right? Any one of those things are something that you want to avoid before the fight starts. It's all about timing. Synchronize your pressure at the same time. What are my thoughts on the ball Orisa comp? I don't think it's very good. Jihan is a ridiculously strong ball, but I don't think it's very good. It would be better on second point than on first, though, because of how wide open the map is. So a hero like ball will find more value. But on first, I think it's going to be trash. Should be. But I've never seen it played with a lot of consistency, so I could be dead wrong. That's just my initial impression. So you kind of see this here, though. This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see. Winston D.Va taking space And right then, that's when Shy starts to open up his angle here. And even if it's just spam on the Orisa, do you see how they're like splitting the attention? One direction this way, one direction this way. If this Orisa shield breaks, now we're gonna start plunking on the Orisa. And also, something that you'll see into flying heroes, Pharos and Echoes, are hit scans that are always changing their angle. Because this Echo is not allowed to just kind of fall asleep here and just spam. Because all of a sudden, Shy might roll out this way, be like yoink yoink, right? Or Shy might roll out this way and go yoink yoink, right? So you kind of switch up your initiation to kind of keep the Echo doesn't know where to play in terms of cover. It almost catches the Mercy there too. You see that? And now look at how awkward the Echo positioning is. Now this is where Shy has to make a choice. Am I gonna go aggressive for the play here and try and pop off, or am I gonna kite away? Because if he kites away, he's still done his job. He's still forced the Echo Mercy to disengage and put them in a terrible position to spam, and he's baited some attention, he's put some shield pressure out, all that juicy stuff. If he goes in, he might get the kill, but he might also feed. So it's kind of like, it depends on the situation, like it depends on what he's supposed to do. Is he also trying to cancel a halt there? Because I see a halt. So maybe he's rolling because of halt, and let's look at this again. Yeah, he hears the halt and he rolls. It looks like he was trying to roll in. But now obviously this is worst case scenario, because he did force the Echo Mercy into an awkward spot, but now he is also in an awkward spot. Instead of going for the aggressive play or going for the defensive play where he can still maintain a good position, he's now sitting on the floor. So not only is he at risk, but he's also not really in a good position to shoot anything other than ball. So we don't like it. Oh my gosh, secrets in my chat. Looks like the dog pound is let out early today. Sorry, that was rude. Kindergarten was let out early. Okay, so unfortunate. Ended up losing high ground there. The halt was, the halt was a big thing. Maybe he reacted a little slow to halt. Also peaking a little early. Preschooler? Okay. I don't know. Preschoolers are generally pretty good at like piecing together coherent sentences, so you're being a little generous. All right, again, like with the timing here, you know, this is where like we're prioritizing Kaylee right now, but I don't think it would be bad for us to do the exact same thing all over again and come back here. Now, what's the risk of this positioning, chat, in this current situation? Now, what's the benefits? Like, let's list the benefits. Well, good cover, just like here. Good LOS on Orisa, right? So we can spam Orisa shield really easily. From here, it's a little awkward. We have to go a little bit deep. You can shoot ball, right? You could shoot who's over his pressuring cart. Use threat another angle on, you know, multiple different people. But what's the risk of this positioning here? Can you watch all these POV? Who's Aldi? Real funny. Overwatch League, main tank, ego problems. Sense of humor is not the only thing that's taking L's, apparently.
Ain't no stopping me.
Now, my issue here is that I don't think his pressure is very high here. It's just a little risky. I think this would have been okay too. The only risk here though is that Echo Mercy can just instantly assassinate you, so you need to be aware of that. So I think it's just fine-ish because there is the risk of Echo Mercy just instantly dropping in stickies and then you're dead, right? Because they are controlling this position. So we'll see. You'll notice that when he gets nano, he doesn't just press W, he actually rolls extremely wide and it instantly looks at the Echo Mercy. Because remember what we said about the Echo Mercy. Quickly change your angle, adjust your sightline instantly, you're gonna catch her off guard if she's sleeping. If she's sleeping for even just a little bit, she's gonna get picked. All right. All right, let's see what's going on here. So this nano is a little bit ambitious though. I'm not a huge fan. I would have preferred the nano on the monkey here. The nano monkey might not be able to reach much, but it's going to allow him to take space a little easier. And Gu Shui looks like he's having a really hard time right now. So it's not just about like who's going to be able to get offensive value, but who actually needs it, the protection. And I feel like Gu Shui kind of needs the help right now. Actually, that might have been a fat finger. Let me actually look at this, or a mistake. Was that intended for the McCree? Yeah, it was. I don't know about that. I don't think Nanocree is bad, but I don't know. Cause like even though he gets the nano, and he gets stuck and he goes right back to cart. Like instead of swinging wide this way, where he could actually get value on it. Like he goes right back to Arista Shield. Did he even have an opportunity to go left? Because like especially when you're like super pocketed, don't sit in cart. Hi kitty. Like go aggro in a flank. Don't just.
Ain't no stopping.
Yeah, so he chases Mercy, just ends up right back on the main again. So this is just completely wasted. And then he has the audacity to high noon it. Like I don't know. I mean, he could have at least called for Matrix. He had Diva there, he just didn't do it. So I don't know. It's not been a clinic from Shy so far. His cover usage has been okay, but his position could have been a lot better. Great crosshair placement here. Like this is part of the reason why these pros hit these shots. Like look at this. Look at the roll here. He rolls and his crosshair is like lined up right on where the echo is, right? And again, do you notice how he's prioritizing just you know what? I'm gonna screw you. I'm flat out ignoring you guys. Flat out ignoring you guys. No posture checks, no hair checks, nothing. Nothing. Not a single nothing. You get nothing. Nothing. I literally can't do anything with you guys. No, I'm not explaining anything. Okay, go ahead, Secret. Go ahead. Look, bunch of monkeys. Literally, all of you, just monkeys. Absolute apes. Like, who let you out of the cage? Oh, that was great, Secret. That was great, Secret. Well done. That was really well done. Nice job. That was great. Well done. But yeah, crosshair placement is amazing. He noticed that he's instantly prioritized his Echo. He doesn't even need to kill the Echo. If he hits one body shot on the Echo, Echo has to peace out and grab Mega. You've just completely ruined her parade, which now means that you can go do like whatever the heck you want to do over here. I still feel like I would like to see him here. Like, see him here and then respect the McCree angle here, but like pop off here. I don't know. Maybe he's scared of the, like, actually dropping from high ground there. Oh dear. Huge cancel there. Monstrous cancel. No damage follow up off of that, those mines. Nice shot. But a lot of perfect. Huge. Okay. The worst part about the Dawn thing is I literally could as I said, who's Aldi? What's Aldi? I was like, no. I was like, please retract what I just said. I didn't know what it. Oh no. Okay. So again, just like cover usage, right? He doesn't want to go like hyper aggressive until his monkey actually goes in. There's the check on the flank. Jihan just whiffs it. I mean, there's nothing to say here. Good cover usage. He's not going for like any crazy greedy angles right now. Like that's the one thing too, is like you have to understand is like normally we're used to like playing like Brawl Krieg where you can do all sorts of funny things like the Carpe mode, right? But when you're playing into Ball, a Diva, and Pocketed Echo, you're more likely to get punished for going crazy hard split. So when you guys hear me talking about flanks and angles and things like this, and this composition, most of the time, unless you're gonna get like triple packed by your brick, you really can't go that far. You really can't go that far. Again, whenever he swings wide, you notice he instantly looks at squishies, right? Why would you go for an aggressive play here? Why would you go for an aggressive swing and look at a tank? Why would you go for an aggressive swing here and shoot Jihan? You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, you got, like, the thing about it this way. If you go for an aggressive flank on Widowmaker, like, this is how you can apply to your ranked games, all right? All right, your plat chat, okay? You're upgraded to plat chat today. No more bronze. If you go for an aggressive flank, don't go for Reinhardt's shield. Or shoot Reinhardt in the butt cheeks. Like, kill what you could, like, kill the Bastion or the Zen or the Mercy, right? So this guy swings wide, which is kind of aggressive, considering that this McCree could just, you know, dink him a little bit, but he's going to swing wide and he's going to make sure that he gets the most out of this little window of opportunity, and he's going to focus Mercy. Now, he might not hit the shots every single time, but even if he hits one shot, that's going to force Mercy to do something real stupid. And then he goes right back to his team, and Nagao, guess what? Mercy's in an awkward position. So there's a chance that works out. And do you see how, like, he's constantly checking, like, uh-oh, am I safe? Am I safe? Now, really, after that kill, he should not have stayed here. After that kill, he should have doubled back here and then just played conservative again, because there's no reason to even give them the opportunity to trade. And he almost dies because he doesn't go back, right? So look here. Bang, bang. He needs to go back to his team right here. He needs to go back, not back to his team, but he needs to go back to right here. He doesn't need to help Gu Shui with the Echo. Gu Shui is going to be fine. I don't know why he did that. This is just greedy. I don't know why he dropped from high ground. Because there's a theoretical world where they counter Nano and they just, like, jump, right? Or slam. And then now he's sitting on the floor and, like, getting... Remember the phrase I use? Spectating your own team fight? It's no good. Oh my gosh. Secret. You're awful. Okay. Probably gonna go... You need to go further, right? You need to go further, right? Yeah. So, like, that discipline was not so good. Did he have roll available as well? I don't know if he did. But this rotates pretty... He's got to go. You got to go, brother. So this is where you would turn and you do your little... No, but he's super scared. Why is he dropping? Did he have no bridge shield? No, he has Brig Shield. He has Brig Shield. He has Brig Shield. IDK has 250 shield. And he's high nooning right next to her. And then drops to, I guess, LOS, the enemy spam, just for a little bit. But now he's in a lower... Okay, we need to work on the high ground dropping crap. And he also needs to be communicating his high noons better. We've seen 2 high noons. Both were poorly communicated. Right? He could just say nooning, right? And just saying that. Don't let your team react to the ultimate sound cue. Not in team play. Because, like, you need to tell them, you need to give them, like nooning, you know? Or he could just wait for Bernard's Mac, one or the other. I mean, he probably doesn't want to wait that long, but at the very least he could have gotten shield and he could have held high ground. Because he's lucky he even gets that kill. He's lucky. And it's rezzed. And now look at his positioning. Complete trash. And the problem with this, here's the problem with dropping, okay? Do you guys remember Washington Justice Hollywood Second Attack? It's like an epidemic, okay? Maybe this is a little too soon, all right? But once one person drops, the entire team has to drop. Because the issue is that now, once our McCree drops, your Brig's job is to enable your McCree. Well, if your Brig is standing on high ground and your McCree's on the floor like this, she can't pack you, right? Now, she could pack him if he was here, but he's not. He's just in here. So now she has to drop to help him. So now your Brig, who doesn't want to be on the floor, your Brig wants to be on high ground. Your Diva doesn't want to be on the floor. She wants to be on high ground. Your McCree, you don't want to be on... So now once you drop, now everybody has to drop. You know, it's like if you don't have enough gum for the class, then nobody can get it. Did he drop to dodge sleep dart? Maybe. But why would he drop to dodge sleep dart if he could have a 250 Brig shield in front of him? You know? Draw. And instead, we're going to do Jack. We're going to almost die to high noon. And now we give their ball and their Echo high ground and their McCree high ground, and they can use them to slam on us. So now for us to retake high ground, we have to do this whole stupid rotation and get stuffed in a choke, and it feels bad, and it really makes me angry. And that is Shy's mistake. Needs to clean that up. Gee, I wonder how our Ana died. I wonder how our Ana died. Do you guys want to take any guesses why our Ana died?
Them down.
How did she get slammed? Ah. Interesting. I wonder how that happened. Again, great target priority. So one consistent thing with Shy is his target priority is exceptional. So like we always know who the right target is. We always we actually coincidentally when we talked about target priority, we talked about it was on Dorado, and I believe it was it McCree? It might have been McCree. I can't remember. I think it was a little bit of McCree. But it's basically about you always prioritize the targets that are easiest to shoot or that are most dangerous to your team. Easiest to shoot, most dangerous to your team. And you kind of have to find the balance here. You know, that's why Bastion's always the first target you shoot, or Zen, or Mercy. Because those are high value targets and they're relatively squishy and relatively easy to kill. That's why when you're out in the open, a lot of times in Overwatch, you end up shooting tanks. That's not a bad thing. Tanks are usually the easiest things to shoot and it's consistent value, right? But sometimes you say, okay, that person is easy to shoot, but they're not at all a threat to me and my team. So I'm gonna shoot somebody else. So he drops here, right? And we're mad about that, right? But look at what he does here. Does he roll? Does he continue to press W and just like start shooting a Valking Mercy? Well, that's probably not going to get a kill. Put some body shots on the Diva. Well, I mean, maybe that gets a kill. But like right now, who's the most dangerous person on the battlefield? Well, it's the Echo. Why? Not just because it's Echo. Don't just turn off your brain. Oh, shoot DPS. No, no, no. It's not just because it's Echo. It's because look at Echo's positioning. See how aggressive a position she is here? How she's on a super deep flank? Same thing that we saw over here too. Remember that? That's really spooky. I don't want Echo to be able to stay there. So he's going to turn, he's going to put a couple pot shots in Echo, right? Does he get the kill there? Maybe, maybe not. But the point being is that even if he lands just one shot, that Echo now has to leave or head this way. And if she heads this way, well, now guess who's not as dangerous anymore? Echo. So you've actually defended your team against the Echo just by landing one body shot. And that's why you, again, you just shoot what's easy and you shoot what's scary, right? You force copy out, great, but you're still in the floor. You're still in the floor. And right now it's like, okay, so right now, who do you prioritize if you're Shy? If I'm Shy, probably Choice one. I mean, depends on whether you think this fight is winnable or not. Like if this is a fight that you're actively fighting right now, you shoot Choice one because I'm probably butchering his name. Choice one, because you're thinking this person's going to build a bomb soon if I don't demech them. So these targets are equally easy to shoot, but this one's more scary right now. Right? So just let's see who he prioritizes. Oh, he's going to go for the Valking Mercy. And if he hits the shots, obviously that's the most valuable kill. But, you know, he doesn't quite get it. Usually you won't see that. That's a huge flash. We get consistent value out of our flashes, man. Holy smokes. But yeah, I mean, again, the majority of this fight has been great mechanics, good target priority, but man, it really sucks that we're stuck here. Because the problem with this is once you've dropped, if there's no lull, okay, if there's no break in the team fight, there is no time to retake high ground. You can't go, oh, well, Coach Spilo said go to high ground, so I'm going to go. And by the time you get here, the fight's already lost because you've been playing 5v6. Sometimes you just have to take the inferior positioning because you should have already been there, right? So I'm not critiquing him for staying here. I'm critiquing him for being here in the first place. High noon cancel, poggers. Oh, again, target priority here, right? This is a weird thing. If this was me playing McCree, do you know what I would be shooting right now? Do you know what I would be shooting right now? I'd be shooting Diva. I'm not taking shots over here. I'm not hitting those shots. But against a better mechanical player, he's going to hit those shots. Now, the other thing too, the more important thing is it's not just about mechanics here. This Diva's nanoed. She's posing no threat to anybody right now, right? She's easy to shoot, but she's posing no threat to anybody. And because she's nanoed, your damage is gonna, it's not even worth shooting her right now. Just like find value elsewhere because she's gonna be impossible to kill. So he knows this. I guarantee you if this diva wasn't nanoed, he'd probably be shooting the diva. So what does he do instead? Okay, well, I'm not going to shoot diva because she's nano and she's not scary. So instead, I'm going to shoot the McCree because maybe I don't kill McCree, but what do I do? Well, I force the McCree to play like a sissy. I force him to hide and force him to take a more conservative positioning. I force him to stop shooting my team, right? Which does more indirectly than just shooting a diva. So like right now, these body shots here, he's playing a little aggressive here. I'm a little concerned. But like, do you see how much more value that's going to force than just AFK shooting the diva right now? Now, right now, because the McCree's hiding, we instantly return our focus. Now, chat, I want to be very clear. Shy is kind of feeding right now. He's kind of feeding with his positioning right now. Like, I don't like him pushing up like this. Like, maybe he'll push up to here and go for something cheeky, but he has to be really, really careful. The cover here is really bad. So I want you to tell me something. Who should we prioritize as Shy right now? Who should we prioritize as Shy? Where is it? Who should we prioritize this Shy? Echo? Diva, because she's no longer nanoed. It's tough, isn't it? So here's my thing. I don't think it matters that much. I don't think it matters that much. I would probably, if I were Shy, I would probably take 1 or 2 shots at Choi to force him out. But if we focus Diva, I don't think it's that bad either, because now Diva, like you said, is a lot more killable. And not only that, but Diva is actually going to be aggressing on me, right? So I think both of these are fine choices. I think there's arguments for both of them. So the optimal, perfect way of doing it would be to land at least 1 shot on Choi to force him back to grab Mini or get Pocket, and then focus Diva. So let's just see what a Shy chooses. He's gonna go Diva, and there's the DMAC. Because Diva is more aggressive, Diva doesn't have nano, and if the Diva is more aggressive, that means she's more dangerous to us, which means we need to shoot her. But if she's more aggressive, that also means she's easier to kill. So it's a risk versus reward. If there's somebody that's more aggressive than you, that doesn't make it usually a bad thing. That often means it's also easier for you to kill them too, as we see there. But yeah, the positioning was a little bit of an int there. And there it is. He's gonna get punished for it. So I've not been very impressed with Shy's positioning. I don't think it's bad. I don't know. We haven't watched a lot of McCree gameplay in this meta, so I'm not going to take this and be like, Shy is like really, really weak positioning, because we don't know what it's to like. Remember, everything is comparative, chat. Everything is comparative. When somebody is a good at a hero, it's because I would say that they're like what, the top 40%. That would be what I'd say. Top 35%. Shy, we haven't seen enough McCree from Kaylee or from the other heroes and players in APAC, so I don't know where Shy lands, right? It's like when people say, like, who's the best D.Va player in the league, do you think? I can tell you who's the best D.Va player that I've scouted, but I don't know who the best D.Va player in the league is. But so far, I don't know whether Shy is great or not great. He looks like we're providing consistent value, and we are capping points, so he looks to be pretty solid. All right, now let's see. Now, for those of you in chat who've been paying attention, where do you think Shy is eventually going to end up in this team fight? Not necessarily directly, but he's going to end up shooting where or pushing where? Yeah, I agree. Exactly. We're going to probably end up going here. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to go out here, but we're at the very least going to end up here and threatening their high ground, because if we can't clear it, we can at least, or we can't take it, we can at least threaten it. So that this Ana McCree don't kill her back, or don't kill her tanks. They're too busy looking at us and respecting us. You're cushioning the blow on your tanks. Guys, don't worry. I'll make them shoot us. Don't worry, you're safe. Who's the best diva I've scouted? Fury or Hanbin, probably. Fury looked really good in dive. Hanbin looked pretty good in brawl. But I did not see Fury in brawl, and I have not seen Hanbin in dive. At least enough to say. I don't want him pushing card here. You've got a Reaper or a Diva. Now let's see what... Oh. Now why does he shoot Echo? Why does he shoot Echo here? Why not McCree? Threat, yeah, that Echo is more aggressive right now. But Echo's taking an aggressive angle, exactly. This McCree is not killable. Really not killable, because you're gonna hit one headshot and he's gonna crouch, or he's just gonna walk back a little further. Right? You want to pressure him when you got nothing else better to do, but you can't kill him. You just can't. And he's not playing as aggressive. He's playing more defensive. This Echo doesn't look like she's aggressing, but if you go to excuse me, if you go to Shy's POV, it's the most aggressive thing in the battlefield right now. So that becomes your target priority. Not just because it's something that you can kill, not just because McCree counters Echo. Blah, blah, blah. You can get that from any unnamed YouTube channels that just going to feed you like really, really brain dead information. Everybody knows that, right? What this is, though, is he's prioritizing the most aggressive thing, the most dangerous thing, the easiest thing to kill on the battlefield. The only killable thing in the battlefield. So there you go. Bingo. Most people don't hit that kill, but even if he just lands a body shot there, that makes the Echo play like a sissy for the next couple of seconds. And that's value. Even if you don't get the kill there, there's value from shooting that Echo right there. Why is there delay? With what? With my stream? I mean, I don't know. There's not much of a delay, I don't think. I never really thought about it. I'm a little surprised that we're not going high ground here. Again, do you see how, like, okay, so we need to be going high ground. We need to be prioritizing it, and like right now, like when our tanks are diving high ground, this should be when we're peaking here. But Shy is gonna go here, which is not the best, but it's something, it's an angle. And you notice that when we take this aggressive position here, look at who we prioritize, look at who we target. Right? Immediately prioritize the squishes. We're not even looking at the ball right now, because there's a real chance that we can actually kill this Mercy. It just frustrates me that we continue to go low ground, though. Like, we're actively contesting high ground right now. Like a Reaper TP or Winston dove high ground, a Diva dove high ground, and we're just sitting here. We're just sitting here. Like, I don't even know where Ana is. Yeah, like, we're just sitting here. Like, when we could actively contest, and once again, we die to the high ground that we don't clear. So Shy really needs to work in his position. At least in comparison to his other Overwatch League players. Like his counter, like at the Overwatch League level, if I were coaching or working with Shy, we need to work on the high ground clear. The stream delay should not be that bad. This should be like 5 seconds, something like that. How do you get Overwatch League aim like that, though? I feel like I can make good decisions. DPS, my aim just makes me not hit anything. Reps, like serious reps. Well, here you go, chat. You guys are lucky. Today's your lucky day. Backbone OW, the guy that's a couple above you, has some of the best mechanics in any Western DPS player in Overwatch League or contenders. And I'm not joking. Hitscan or projectile. Backbone OW is absolutely a phenomenal mechanical player, Overwatch League level, okay? So Backbone OW, how did you get your mechanics? Who? How did you get your mechanics? How did you get good at clicking? Okay, so you heard it from the horse's mouth, so I don't have to say anything. There's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts to good mechanics. I got GM level aim through playing tryhard FFA for like 30 minutes a day for like a year. Plus grinding ranked. It has very little to do with sense. I think, what is the most recent science? It's like less about muscle memory. Like muscle memory is kind of a myth, and more about like your eyes reacting to when you need to click faster, or like you understand like more of like reacting, knowing when, because you can like change, like a pro could have their sense or double their sense, give them like a week, and their aim would still be decent. And that if that was muscle memory, it would be like, oh yeah, it's different. Is there like a specific level in Overwatch you think is playing the game? No, like for screw levels, like I'm talking like if you want to hit G, like what rank are you, Dark and Blade? What is your goal? What is your goal for you? What is your goal? Like in terms of like rank or pro or whatever. Mouse control and hand-eye coordination, yeah. Diamond, you want to hit GM? How much? Dark and Blaine, send me a message on Discord. Send me a message on Discord and I'll send you my post-coaching checklist, which normally is reserved for people who've gotten reviews, but it has a lot of good information in it that I think will help you. Also, you need to watch there's like a 30-minute, 40-minute video. It's a little long. Get a notebook and go. I've got a video on YouTube that says how to get good at Overwatch, how to get good. There's like some goofy, stupid thumbnail. Just watch that and take notes. And I promise you, if you follow that to a T, you will get to GM. I promise you. But it's going to take work. Like, that's the thing, is I can tell you how, but I'm not going to do it for you. It took a lot of work. Yep, no worries. Okay. Again here, I'm just kind of sad. Like, I don't understand this. Like, this rotation here is so risky, and he gets so little done here. I want him to rotate to here immediately. And again, I would just love for him to contest high ground here. Just come up here with like an Ana or a Brig and just like actually directly contest high ground. Like, you got to see the fact that like Shy is a good mechanical player, but his positioning is not as good. Now, also, chat, this isn't just because Shy is stupid or dumb and dumb. This is also probably where maybe Spark's macro understanding is a little weak. You kind of see what I'm saying? So this is probably a little bit of a team diff. Like, these kind of things come up in team reviews. This isn't just, oh, Shy's mispositioning. Like, IDK, MCD, Gushui to extent, Bernard, like there needs to be urgency for this entire team to clear high ground. Right, for the entire team to clear high ground. So this is a team problem, not just Shy. So I'm not just nitpicking on Shy. Can you contest high ground alone as McCree? You can, but it's not always great. So like right now, probably wouldn't go high ground as McCree by myself. But there's no excuse for that. That's like you can ask for help. It's a team. Remember, I'm holding these guys to higher standards because they can ask and communicate with each other and like figure out like Brig come with me or Ana come with me or Diva come with me. You know, it's a better cover usage really. You see how chaotic these fights are because of our position? Huge sleep by MCD though. The MCD this MCD carries this fight. Like that play right there is just like game winner right there. Huge. Nice. See, real kings don't flash fan. Oh, it's like even now he really should not be here. He can maybe be here, like here-ish, but he doesn't want to be sitting on point. All right, we'll keep going. Actually, chat, I kind of want to stop there. Does he play a different hero? Oh, like pick a different map for me. Pick a different map for me, because we've been on this one for a little while. I'd like to pick a different map. A different game, different hero, different map. You guys help me out. For Shy. Yeah, a lot of issues. A lot of teams have issues with clearing high grounds. Because the reason why clearing high grounds is such a common issue is because it's uncomfortable. It's like doing your homework, right? It's annoying and it takes time and it's not easy. It's easy to just kind of sit where you are and just kind of click heads and just go, press W, press W, press W. But it's like you have to eat your vegetables, right? You have to take the time to do things right. What? No, you cannot right now. You have to wait. You cannot see what she's sitting here waiting patiently. I'm gonna get some water relief. No. I'm just gonna sit. We're just gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this review. There's your posture check. There's your hair check, Connor. I have to be a beta because my brush isn't with me, and I'm gonna wait. Dark and Blade. Just shoot what's easier. Shoot what's easier. Unironically, shoot what's easier. If you shoot Mercy and make her leave, great. If you shoot the Pharah, because it's easier to shoot the Pharah than to shoot the Mercy, great. Your job is to pressure, not to kill. So I don't overthink it too much. Dragon versus Spark Kings. All right, we'll do Dragon versus Spark Kings because I've got a couple votes for that. Wait, what? There is no Dragons versus Spark Kings. Do you guys mean Guang? No, wait, what? We get baited. What? Rialto? I don't know.
Ready for battle.
May melee week 3. I don't want to go May melee. I want to go hero bans. Unless you guys really. I mean, you know what? Say screw it. 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 We'll do 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 it. Because if we have to, like, I don't really want to watch Echo. To be honest, I'd rather stick on his heroes. All right, Overwatch League previous. All right. That's okay. Oh, wait. He wrecks on kings. All right, where's the spark here? He was good in Echo. I'm not saying he was bad at Echo. I just don't want to look at Echo. I kind of want to stay in the hit scan train. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what we got here. All right, difference between Ashe and McCree is not much. You can take slightly deeper angles sometimes if they have longer range. It's just a slightly longer range. That's basically it. And you have more consistent access to high ground because you don't always have to pad the high ground. You have a coach gun that can directly give you access to high ground. If someone was to hypothetically redeem a 1v1, what would it happen? If you redeemed a 1v1, it would happen as soon as I finish this review. But it would be really, really, really awkward for a washed contenders coach who probably doesn't even have diamond level mechanics on most heroes anymore, would destroy a 4.6k god of, you know, mechanics. That would be awkward. Okay, remind me. It's gonna be ugly. You're gonna be crying when I'm done with you. Trust me. Oh boy. Okay, so like let's talk about his role here. So basically, what you're gonna see is you're gonna see very, very passive play from Shy because Shy can't go very aggressive here without getting pressured by Fate or Fleta. Okay. Because, you know, they're going to dive, they're going to get, you know, Harmony Orb and Tracer, things like that. So what they're going to do is they're going to jump their monkey in or a pressure with their Tracer or something like that. And then that's going to be Shy's window to kind of look for a slightly more aggressive angle. Now, he really, really has to be careful of Fleta. That's the real scare here because even Fate himself, by himself, isn't all that scary. The 1v1 of the decade? At least. So you see how passive we're playing. We don't have any space. And we don't want to just like play long sidelines into this composition either all the time because they also have an Ashe and they have a pocket and they have a pocket with shield and they have Zen right clicks. So you have to be really careful. So playing a sniper, here's the deal, chat. Playing a sniper into a composition that has better ranged pressure than you is difficult. It's difficult. You have to play, you don't start playing like Brawl Ashe, like playing with your team, right? You do snipe, but you have to be playing around your snipe windows. And your snipe windows are when these guys are creating space for you. If you start peeking right now, if you're Shy, you're gonna get your head blown off. But when these guys go in, it's no longer a fair duel, right? It's not a fair duel when these guys have shield and pocket and spamming, right? But it's not a fair duel for them when you've got Winston dive with Zarya bubble and Tracer diving in and your Tracer has armor packs and like, you kind of see what I'm saying? So the idea is that you snipe when you have an advantage, not when they have an advantage. And you have an advantage when your monkey's doing something, when your Tracer's doing something. They have an advantage when they're not, okay? So that's very, very clear. That's why like right now, Shy's legitimately, like is to be very careful about peeking at all. Like he'll peek a little here, but it's very conservative, right? Just a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. You would be afraid of backbone? Even that, very passive, very passive. Okay, Dynamite immediately followed up by a dive. And right now is when Shy doesn't really have to worry about taking a duel here. Like, he's obviously not in a good position to go aggressive. Like, maybe we'll see Shy play a little bit more up here, maybe swing here, right? But he no longer is scared of the enemy Ashe. The enemy Ashe isn't looking at him anymore. And if she is looking at him, she's certainly not getting Mercy Pocket because the Mercy Pocket's probably going on the Sigma or going on the Zen, right? You kind of see what I'm saying? So it's like diverting resources onto the enemy team, and that's kind of when you go in. That's kind of when you start to play aggressive. I'm not afraid of backbone. Idiot. So he's not going to even take the time to coach gun high ground. He doesn't even need to. Ooh, okay. He's all about the floor though. Now, this is important. This is where you might see Shy go high ground and just hide. And again, he's waiting for the same thing. My monkey does something, my Zarya does something, my Tracer does something, I peek really aggressively. Or I peek really aggressively, right? That's kind of what we're looking for. It's the same thing. It's the cycles of aggression. You do snipe. Ashe tip of the century. You're welcome. But like right now, do you think Shy is going to be peeking this very aggressively right now? Probably not. He'll probably go for like a couple shots and then he's gone. Like even that right there was really, really, really risky. Sure, man. Sure. All right. All right. You just wait. I haven't played Overwatch in a week. I haven't even logged on. Even this right here, he has to be really careful. Like, I didn't like that peek too much. It's too easy for Zen just kind of AFK spam, and like even if you're not likely to get the kill. And also, like, that's a dynamite wasted right there, mate. And right now, you're coming up on a team fight. 3, 2, 1. Are we gonna need Are we gonna want dynamite here? Like right there, a dynamite would have been huge, right? But look at the status of a cooldown. We don't have it yet. So even pros, they make mistakes, right? At least we're on high ground, right? That's an improvement over what we saw last map. But I don't like the dynamite. I really don't like the dynamite. I'm not making excuses. I'm saying it's gonna hurt that much more when I win. Now, here's the thing too. What do you guys think about this level of aggression from Shy? So the Tracer's out. Now I want you guys to tell me, what should Shy be doing probably right about now? Even though the enemy team is throwing dive tanks too, what do you guys think Shy should be doing probably right about now? Probably a little too early, right? At least to go very aggressive. He has to be very careful here. Now he can go back and peek and ask for armor packs and things like that, or peek here, but he has to be really careful. He has to be really careful because his tanks are AFK, and that comp still has the advantage in the duel because they have the Mercy Pocket, they have the res, and they have the long ranges and the spam. Even though they don't have the Sigma, even though they don't have the the Sigma shield or whatever, he still has to be careful. Like right there, very careful. But do you see the Mercy Pocket just instantly on there? And now Zen long range spam, and now we might die. And now he has to get the high ground. And now we're AFK. And here's the problem. Do you see the timing of the push? Do you see this? This is no accident, chat. Look at what happens. They AFK. The Zen just takes a couple pot shots at the overextending Ashe, and so does the enemy Ashe, right? And then, oh no, their Ashe is giving up the positioning. And now look at what dragons do. Press W. And now look at what Shy is doing. Heal me, Ana! Heal me! Pack me, right? And they're like, hello? We need healing over here. Timing is everything, guys. It's absolutely everything. We were in a great position, but our timing was just a little sloppy. Our dynamite was a little sloppy. Our Tracer got her recall forced. Our Winston backed off, and we just kept pumping out damage. Like everything was fine and dandy. And then we ended up getting cleared. We almost died. Now we're demanding resources, and we're in a bad position when we should be in a good position to be pressure them. So what's probably going to happen here is we're probably going to coach gun back to high ground and hopefully get a dynamite out ASAP because the team fight is actually starting. Oh dear. In fact, we end up having to kite out entirely. Now they do use Valk, so that's great. But that's unfortunate. It is really hard in the moment, which is why this is why teamwork is so important. It's so important that you're a good listener, that you're listening to your team, you're synchronizing your pressure when your tanks are calling, what your supports are calling, where is my support set up, where do I need to peek. I'm not saying that these are like really brain dead mistakes. I'm saying that they're difficult, but you can see why things go poorly. Right. Oof. Even this. Very careful, right? Very careful. Very easy to 5 orb there. You know, Flutta lands a DM lands a couple of shots because he's boosted and you're not. Things like that. I mean, we're not even on high ground anymore. We're not even trying high ground. I'm kind of surprised you're not trying high ground now, especially because we have Bob. I feel like the play here would be to coach gun up, chuck a dynamite, and throw Bob. And then if this diva pushes you, you just drop off the same way that you go. But you force that diva to look at you. You force attention elsewhere, and you line up a great Bob. I see we're just going to Bob through the choke. There it is. Here it comes, right? Yeah, there it is. But it's too late. Huge play by Fate. That's just like so gutsy. And now we're just in a trash positioning. I was even trying to shoot Void. Yeah, he was. I played it too fast. For a split second, I thought he was shooting at dynamite. I was like, what the heck? No, he was. Now, where is he going to go? I don't like this too much. So what I want to see is here, right up here, right? And as long as we watch out for pull spawn, because this tracer is going to be this tracer has a potential of doing this right here and like looking for a pick, and we watch out for diva bomb, we should be fine. But we're in a really good spot. We have an okay sightlines, we have good dynamites, things like that. So let's see where we go. Okay, it's fights happening. I think we need to go high ground here. Kind of surprised we're staying on the floor. I mean, it's a little easier to push. That's true. Oh, nice. Language barrier? Yeah, that's true. It's tough for me because I don't follow the Chinese scene very much, and I'm a little behind on the Korean scene as well, so it's like the two scenes that I'm confused on, and you see a lot of teams that are mixed with those two types of players, so I literally don't know which one is which because I don't know if Shy is Korean or Chinese. I assume Shy is Chinese, but like it makes things tough for me because I don't even know like which rosters are mixed and which aren't. Nice little angle here. Again, I would just love to see us take the high ground up here, if given the opportunity. Now, the one thing we have to be very careful about here and why we might not see Shy be taking high ground as aggressively right now is because taking high ground is going to cost a cooldown. And when you get costed a cooldown, it means if the diva dives you now, you no longer have that or the one said, you no longer have that cooldown to deny that dive on you. Right? So it could be like, okay, yeah, we have a great position, but also now I'm a little bit vulnerable to dive because I just used my defensive cooldown. So something to consider. Only full Chinese team is Valiant. Good bot placement on the off angle. He's going to push up here because he's scared of Widow. He must be really scared of a Widow. Right. Wow, they got rolled. That's actually cracked. That's insane. All right, so would have liked to see a little bit better timing from Shy's aggression, and maybe a little bit more of high ground usage when given the opportunity to. Yeah. When should you scope unscope shots for Ashe? Is there a combo that's useful? I know like there's like the headshot body shot combo. There's like a lot there's CarQ videos for this, you know what I'm saying? So like I think there's like headshot body shot for any 200 HP hero. Scoped headshot, obviously. Scoped headshot, unscoped body shot. Depending on the status of the fall off, obviously. I know for I mean a lot of it's just range. Like let's just break down the shots the last fight so we can actually talk about it a little bit here. So like they're at range. There's no risk of dive. I don't need to be like hard. I can just be min-maxing my damage, right? He's scoped in now. He's scoped in now. Scope. Reloading. Scope. Unscoped into a scoped, right? Because he's like on the process of scoping in. And you see he even scopes in a little bit there, probably when he didn't need to. Another thing you have to kind of keep in mind as well is that the unscope burns your ammo real fast. So like if you're looking for raw damage output, like if you have to be careful about spamming unscoped shots because you're going to be spending half the fight reloading, right?
You need to learn.
Reloading. He's not even bothering shooting right now. Scope. Reloading. Bob. Dynamite. He's moving. So right there, he's unscoping because he's scared of the Widow and he wants to kind of get up close and he wants to be shooting while he's moving. He doesn't want to stand and scope with the risk of the Widow stall pick because he knows DM has gone Widow. So that's why he's moving up. That's why he's unscoping. So I mean, you really don't have to overthink it. Those kind of things kind of come with time and with experience. You get a better feel for them, but they're not massively important. You're inting if you mess that up. If you want to maximize DPS, scope shot plus 3 unscope shots, mostly for shooting tank shield in your face. Okay, sure. There's a scoped headshot and unscoped headshot doesn't kill. Am I right? I don't. What is that changed? Is it changed? I might be wrong. So I might be feeding bad information. It needs to be 2 headshots. Okay. Does it need to be a scoped headshot and scoped body shot, or does it need to be a scoped headshot, unscoped headshot?
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Yeah, I know the damage was nerfed, but I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought it was still just enough, but okay. Good to know. Thank you. Okay, so we're now again on the dive comp. We see Zen Mercy damage boosted Ashe. Same situation. You need to be very careful. So like he'll shoot Winston, he'll shoot Sigma Shield, but as soon as he sees Ashe, Zen, things like that, be careful. It does still kill though. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. For a 200 HP target, of course. Uh-oh. We ought to go back to high ground. We ought to go back to high ground. I don't know why we're dropping. So I know what his mindset is that he doesn't want to peek that damage boosted Ashe too much. Maybe he drops now because of the Winston peeking and he doesn't want to do this number right here, but he could still threaten this Ashe here, drop, and then play it a little bit later. I think he dropped a little early. This is really risky. Into the Tracer. But they did already get a kill, so it's going to pay off. Climb. Is a 1v1 on EU or an A? I don't care, I'll beat him in either one. You can do EU. He dropped because he doesn't want Monkey to jump on him. Him being low ground doesn't make the Monkey not drop. I think he dropped there to avoid this little outcropping here so that he could actually shoot the Monkey staging from behind here. It's a risky move, but it's understandable. All right. Is that so you have another excuse? No. Again, do you see how now here's the question, chat. Why are we dropping? So you guys coach Shy. You guys coach Shy. Why are we dropping? Do you think we should drop here? He has no angle, okay? You can't see anything, obviously, because we're hitting this rotation right now. They're communicating, go, 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 go. And he's like, I can't see anything. But is that the best decision here? Was this the best spot for him to be if he can't see anything? Yeah, Bold's got it. At least my opinion. So my thought process is this. I get why we're pushing. But why push here? Why not push here? Better LOS, slightly safer. You know? No cover on the high ground. There's no cover on the floor either. And he could absolutely utilize cover here still, right? And even if he's scared of jump, playing on the low ground makes it you more exposed to jump. You're not safer to jumps on the low ground. So, a little bit of an awkward rotation from Shy. Very careful about this. And a little bit of this, to be honest, chat, is just ego. It's just ego. He's going to take the duel. He thinks he's the better Ashe, so he's going to take the duel, right? As long as there's not, like, it's too much of an int. Like, if that Ashe has blue beam, maybe he doesn't take it, but there is just a little bit of ego involved here. And you're going to see that consistently. So positioning here, again, like we're not peeking this Ashe and Zen here. We've rotated, in fact, all the way to the opposite side, so that's interesting. I still feel a little off about this setup, though. I still feel a little off about this setup. Like, if I'm Spark here and I want to do this, I still don't see any reason why you would not have your Ana, Brig, and Ashe starting up here. And then if you want to go with an aggressive play, rotate aggressively across here. Now, I understand why Shy would not want to play up here by himself necessarily with a threat of Fleta and Fate around. But I don't think this is something that we can just overlook. It's like, oh, it's just... No. This is a misplay from the Sparks macro. They need their backline on high ground. It's safer. It's also easier to aggress from because it's much. Do you see how much better the LOS is here? This monkey is just not scary. He just can't jump you. He's gonna get whip shotted off over and over and over again. And then look at the dynamite opportunity here, right? Look at this. Look at the shot opportunity here. Look at the angle opportunity here. Instead, we're stuck over here. Like, can you imagine MCD trying to land nades from here? It's misery. So I think the Sparks high ground usage on a lot of these like dive and dive high rates is actually pretty weak. Even into the Zenyatta Mercy, because you're right, you don't want to peek their spam angles. You play very, very careful, very conservative, let them come forward, and then play fast. But you can play fast from here. This just feels awkward for everybody involved. And like if we say it right there, IDK just gets completely run over because he's sitting on the floor. Hydrate in just a second. I'm going to finish this map. Yeah, you see the issues here. It's really difficult. And now do you hear the Tracer behind? And the monkey behind? You know, I'm spooked. I'm spooked, boys. I'm real spooked. These are the situations where do you notice how we're doing a lot of unscoped shots because we're desperately trying to break bubble, even if it means we have a little less ammo. Not always the play, but something to consider. But by staying behind Hotel, backline is not threatened by DM's Ashe. That is true. That is true. But they also give DM the opportunity to take a high ground to where they can absolutely threaten their Ashe. Do you see this? By positioning here, you're giving their Ashe the opportunity and their Zen the opportunity to rotate to really aggressive and really strong positions and they'll continue to spam you. They'll continue to spam you. And not only that, if you want to go aggressive, which they did, they had Nano. If we go back to the previous fight here, right? You have Nano here. Why would you not want to Nano? You go aggressive and hit them here. If you hit them right here with your Nano, you're no longer concerned about DM's Ashe because DM's Ashe is going to have to play back here. He's never even going to get a chance to go up to top here. I guarantee you, if you look at Dragons lose this because they constantly keep Zen and or Ashe sitting here even though they could rotate. So let's just watch this. Even though the backline is way back here, do they rotate? Did they rotate? No, Zen and Ashe are stuck. They're stuck. And when they do rotate, they rotate. He never rotates. He never rotates. He never rotates. In fact, Fleta is too busy diving the Ana Brig backline instead of defending his own Zen and dueling the enemy Tracer. Do you see this? Do you see how this is why this bad backline positioning works out? It's because this backline positioning is even worse. You know? They never get punished for the lack of value of their Ana Brig and the lack of Shy's angles because these guys' positioning is significantly worse. It's like, we might be bad, but at least we're not as bad as you guys are. Wow, that was a nice shot. I mean, it's not just Izuyaki, it's also DM and like Lee Jae Gong can help call rotations, things like that. But yeah, Shy is hitting some crazy shots. Uh-oh. Fade in the background. Oh! There he is. We found him, chat. We found him. Oh. Uh-oh.
30 seconds remaining.
Uh-oh. There's the primal. That's great from Shy. And now we're on the high ground. And see, now we can snipe. Now, remember the whole thing is now we can snipe. Now, once our tanks are in, once we're aggressing in, we no longer really have to respect the Asher's in because they're all going to be tied up and all distracted. And once again, we can kind of see how Dragons get stuck. They never really make the rotation that they need. Oof. And nothing has been accomplished. Zen and Ashe and the enemy team are still sitting on the floor. Oh, huge flank. Oh, the bubble split so the trans doesn't catch DM. Oh! And he was relatively close to it. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Look at this. Look, the bubble split. That's great. And he was close to Bob too. That's crazy. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh! Oh! That's crazy. Popped off.
Victory.
Aw, come on. It's just one map. It's one map. You know, I have no idea if the Shanghai Dragons support line is that bad. It was just the one map. But yeah, stuff happens. But yeah, so for Shy, I definitely think a little bit more high ground prioritization could be useful for him. Some better communication with his high noons as well, I think. That seemed to be a problem, honestly, with the entirety of the Hangzhou Spark, though, not just Shy. Good cover usage, good target priority, good mechanics. Cooldown usage was okay. Maybe his timing could be a little bit better. But yeah, that was really interesting. Thanks, you guys.